We have an interesting question here that has sent most of the brilliant students trembling. Can you solve it? The question says, find the values of n given that n cubed minus n to the power of 4 all over n to be equal to 12. Well, our first step will be for us to separate the fraction on the left. And this can be done this way. We have n cubed all over the denominator, n. Then we have minus n to the power of 4 all over the same denominator, n. Good. And this is equal to 12. Now let's divide. N cubed divided by n, that will be n squared, minus n to the power 4 divided by n, that will be n cubed. And this is equal to 12. Very good. Now our next step will be for us to move 12 to the left-hand side. And this is n squared minus n cubed. And as 12 crosses to the left, it becomes negative 12. And this is equal to 0. Well, we can simplify even further. So this is n squared minus n cubed minus. Now I'm going to be splitting 12 into two numbers, which is the addition of two numbers. So we have 8 plus 4. So why did I decide to choose 8 plus 4 and not 6 plus 6? Well, the reason is because what I have here is a perfect cube and what I have here is a perfect squared. So it makes sense that I choose two numbers of which one is a perfect cube and the other a perfect squared. Very good. And this is equal to 0. Now let's open up this parenthesis. So we have n squared minus n cubed. Now this becomes minus 8. Negative times positive is negative 4. This is equal to 0. Now let's simplify these two numbers. So we have n squared minus n cubed. This is minus 8 is a perfect cube, which means it can be written as 2 cubed, minus 4 is a perfect squared, which means it can be written as 2 squared. And this is equal to 0. Very good. Now we have to do something here. We have to group them. So how do we group them? The terms we square will be grouped together. So we have n squared minus 2 squared. This will be grouped together. And then minus, now let's group the terms with cube. This is starting with the n, we have the n cube, and then I was supposed to put minus here, but if I did that, when I open negative times negative, it will give positive instead of this negative 2 cubes. So we don't want that. So in order to maintain the negative here, I have to put plus here. Very good. And this is equal to 0. Good. So we have two expressions, two familiar expressions. We have the difference of two squares and we have the sum of two cubes. Let's solve this. Now let's write down their identities. For the difference of two squares, the identity is a squared minus b squared. This is equal to a plus b times e minus b. And for the sum of two cubes, the identity is a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. Good. Now, if we have to compare, our a is n and our b is 2, right? Cool. Now, let's write this in the form of its identity. A plus b times a minus b. So that will be n plus 2 times n minus 2. Good. That's for the difference of two squares. Minus, now we have sum of two cubes. We have a plus b. A plus b means n plus 2. And then times this expression, a squared, that will be n squared, minus a times b, minus a times b, which is n times 2, that will be 2n. and then plus b squared. B is 2, so 2 squared is 4. Good. And this is equal to 0. Now notice something once more. Notice that n plus 2 is common. So we can factor out n plus 2. Now open bracket, I'm going to be opening a square bracket because of this negative. Now what remains here after factoring this out is n minus 2. So this is n minus 2. Good. Minus, now I'll open a bracket. Now what remains here after factoring out n plus 2? We have this expression, which is n squared minus 2n plus 4. Good. Now let's close our square brackets. And this is equal to 0. Very good. Let's simplify the terms inside of this parenthesis, which is this square bracket. So we have n plus 2 times, we have n minus 2. Using this negative to open up the bracket, we have negative n squared. Now negative times negative is positive, 2n. And negative times positive is negative 4. Good. This is equal to 0. Now we can simplify further. We have n plus 2 times, this is negative n squared, so negative n squared. Now let's add up the terms with n. N plus 2n is 3n. And then let's add up the constant term. Negative 2, negative 4 is negative 6. Good. This is equal to 0. Now we have two cases. We have n plus 2 to be equal to 0. And we have negative n squared plus 3n minus 6 to be equal to 0. Now for our first case, let's just call this case 1. We can easily get the value of n by moving these two to the right hand side. So n will be equal to, as 2 crosses, it becomes negative 2. So this is one value for n. Now to get the other two values for n, we're going to be solving this second case, which is a quadratic equation. And let's get rid of this negative. We can get rid of this negative by multiplying through, which is both the left hand side and the right hand side, by negative 1. So negative 1 times negative n squared will give positive n squared. Negative 1 times 3n will give negative 3n. Negative 1 times negative 6 will give positive 6. This is equal to negative 1 times 0 is actually 0. Now we have a nice look of a quadratic equation that we can solve. Now let's solve using a quadratic formula. Our a from here is 1, our b is negative 3, and our c is 6. So the quadratic formula is n equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now let's work with this formula. So n will be negative b. b is negative 3, so negative 3 plus or minus square root of, remember b is negative 3, we have to square it here, minus 4 times a times c, so 4 times a times c, good, all over 2 times a, that is 2 times 1. Good. Now let's simplify. So n will then be negative times negative is positive, so we have positive 3 plus or minus the square root of, this is negative 3 squared is 9, minus 4 times 1 times 6, that will be 24. Good. All over 2 times 1 is 2. So this becomes 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 24 is negative 15 all over 2. Very good. Now this is n equal to 3 plus or minus. Now the square root of negative 15, a negative, that is a complex value since it is under a square root. So this now becomes the square root of 15i. That is it. all over 2. So there are actually two values of n from here. So that means we can group them as the second and third values. So in total, we have 3 values of n. We have 2 complex values, and then we have 1 real value, which is -2. Very good. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. Like I always say, until next time, take care.